What's up YouTube? For today's video, we have a full unreleased Pokemon team. Holy moly, this is our 600th theme team on the YouTube channel. Woohoo! Man, that's a pretty dang good milestone, people. So this was the winning one in the Pimpnite community tab. Guys, let's shoot for 3,000 likes. Can we do it? This is a pretty dang big milestone. If you enjoyed the theme teams, if you watched them over the years, or a new subscriber, give that like button some love. Let's see if we can get there. 3,000 likes. Can we do it, people? All right. I am streaming on Twitch tonight, so if you guys want to come over there, I'll be doing that about half an hour to an hour after this video goes up. We're going to be shiny hunting Deoxys. Make sure you come there. You don't want to miss the salt. There's Pokemon drawings. We're just chilling, so I hope you guys can make it. Link is in the description there if you want to follow. Okay, this is a battle on my Discord. We have a question of today as well. What Pokemon would you add into the games? Could be any Pokemon. Make up your own abilities, moves. You're not allowed to say Agumon or Blue Eyes White Dragon. Now, I'm going to explain why each of these Pokemon were in the team. And I did a little montage at the start as well, so you guys can see some of the drawings and the Pokemon that were actually unreleased. So we got a Super Fang on the Golem, and the Golem is going to swap into the Suicune. Now, Suicune is a very bulky Pokemon, obviously. Let's go over what the Sharpedo set was. So Sharpedo was Jagu, which was a shark-looking Pokemon, which is unreleased. I'm going to leave all the details about these Pokemon in the description of the video if you are actually interested in that. So we got Brian, Super Fang. That's an obvious combo there. So we got the Super Fang to drop them to half health, go for the full power Brian. In this case, Suicune really wasn't going to go down to Brian. So I actually had Dank Pulse on this one as well, and also had Destiny Bob. So it's sort of like a disguise. I can make it out to be a special set with Dank Pulse and then go for the Destiny Bond if things weren't going that great. If I had an advantage with Super Fang and Brian, I'd go for that. Now, the item was Focus Sash. We had max special attack and max speed. So in this case, Suicune was using Carmine. It was very, very bulky. So what I did, I decided to stay in and go for the Dark Pulse, see if I can get a flinch. Now, the Suicune is going to go for a Scald on my Sharpedo. Does well over half damage. So I was like, okay, this is pretty good. I can go for the Destiny Bond here. Suicune could easily get... It could go for Rest again if it does have Rest. I wasn't sure. It could have Carmine, Scald, Rest, and Sleep Talk. That's a set that it can run. But I went for the risky Destiny Bond here, in hopes that the Suicune would actually take me up. Okay, so Suicune fortunately goes to the Scald, and that is going to take out my Sharpedo, or my Jagu. Jagu is like a shark-looking Pokemon, so I thought Sharpedo would represent it fairly well. Okay, so Sharpedo is going to go down to the Scald, and Suicune is going to get taken down by the Destiny Bonds. That was really good. I was very, very happy to get rid of Suicune. It's a very bulky Pokemon, and very, very strong with Carmine too. Okay, so speaking of our bulky Pokemon, we're going to swap in the big bad Snorlax, and we got a Tyranitar. Now, actually, some of the Pokemon in the opposite team, right, were very quite similar to mine. So, Snorlax actually was representing a Pokemon. There was a drawing at the start there, if you noticed, and the Pokemon was called Carbin. I hope I said that one right. This is a special Snorlax, but more on that a little bit later. So, I'm going to go into my own Tyranitar. Let's see if I can pronounce this name. So, the Tyranitar on this one was it was more of a slow set, but it was very, very tanky. So, let's see if I can say this name properly. Here we go. Godzillante. Godzillante, is that it? I'm not sure if I said that one right, but that was actually looked a little bit like a Larvitar, so I thought Tyranitar would make a good representation for that. Okay, so we got the Stone Edge hitting the opposite Tyranitar, doing some pretty good damage. Now I'm going to swap out here and go into Mega Flygon. Now, Flygon actually was a Mega that was meant to go into the game, but it never did. So I thought that'd reach a place on this team. Okay, so obvious ground moves, obvious there. I've got Levitate. Now on this set, I've got a Hone Claws Dragon Rush set, so Flygon's going to be able to take that one really easy. And I've got Dragon Tail on this one, which I'm going to get rid of too. Now, I actually replaced Dragon Tail with Earthquake a little bit later on, but in these couple of battles, it had Dragon Tail. Okay, so Dragonite's going to come out there. It's going to get buffeted by the Sandstorm, so its multi-scale is now gone. I'm going to go for the Dragon Rush on this one too. Obviously, I had it on there for base power and flinching purposes, and the Dragonite goes down in one hit, man. I had to KO my own favorite Pokemon there. That's just me. Okay, so things are going nice and smoothly at the moment. The sand has now gone, and we got the Gengar coming out. So Gengar, I was thinking, well, there's a possibility this could run Dazzling Gleam. That could end me, but let's see if it's what's going to happen here. So Gengar's going to go for the Shadow Ball against me. I'm going to be able to just tank that one and eat my Agway Berry, which was my item. Now, the EVs on this one were max speed and max attack. We had Jolly Nature, we had Dragon Rush, Hone Claws, Stone Edge. It was meant to be Earthquake, but I had Dragon Tail in there instead. Unfortunately, as I said, I swapped their ones up a little bit later. So, the Gengar lives my attack. I'm going to swap out there. I don't want to lose Flygon just yet. And I'm going to go into my Raichu. Now, this is a bulky Raichu. Now, Raichu is obviously meant to be named... I forgot to nickname it in this battle, so it was a Gorochu. So, that was after, that Pokemon that was never released. So I had quite some fun with this team. It's good to research up those all those little unreleased Pokemon. There's a lot more too. These aren't the only 6 or things like that. So I used to definitely check that one out. I may even do like a top 10 video. I got to finish my own top 10 at the moment. You guys are probably wondering about that one. I'd say like I should be able to get that one done very, very soon. I'm trying to get ahead of schedule and stuff. Anyway, I'm about halfway a little bit over halfway into it. So anyway, we got the Tyranitar coming in here that took some prior damage from Stone Edge before. I'm going to swap in my Snorlax. So this was a fully special Snorlax. On their set, we got Thunder, Blizzard, Fire Blast, and Hyper Beam. Max health, max special attack with the choice specs and the thick fat ability. Okay, so I'm going to leave that Stone Edge, and I'm going to go for the Thunder in the sand, and I land it. And it's not quite enough to take out the Tyranitar, unfortunately, there. So that was the best really I could do in this point in the game. Snorlax really wasn't super duper handy, so I thought just to get a bit of damage off and then, revenge take it out with another Pokemon. Okay, so Snorlax is down. We've got 3 Pokemon remaining. Now I'm going to swap in my Suicune now. So the name for this one, let's see if I'm gonna try and say this name, people. It's going to be absolutely amazing. So this is actually a special sweeping Suicune, by the way. So let's have a look at its name. It's Munio Saito. Was that it? Was I close? Someone's gonna just roast me in the comment section, okay? Okay, so I've got Carmine, Surf, Ice Beam, and Hidden Power Electric on it. Now, we got Hidden Power Electric on this for that reason. This was actually a merge of a water and electric legendary beast. So, I thought that was really cool. You can read up some more information about it there too. So, at the start, I don't think it was like all 3 of it. It was like a merge of these ones and then Entei as the other one. So, this legendary beast, it's Entei as the other one. So in the end, they end up splitting them into 3 different legendary beasts. So that's pretty cool. So I'm going to take out the Tyranitar there. Now this was a max speed, max special attack set. We got Timid Nature on this one too. So definitely a very, very more offensive Suicune. Now Suicune has some nice bulk too. So I'm going to go for the Carmine here, just boosting my stats. Then I can hopefully hit with a little bit more of a harder Hidden Power Electric. Okay, so boosting my special defense and special attack and special defense. We got the Articuno going for the Toxic here. So, Articuno is quite a good Toxic user. It also has access to like Substitute, Roost, Ice Beam, Hurricane, things like that. Okay, so the Sand is going to go the way. I've got the Toxic on me. Now, what I really need to do is do as much damage to the Articuno as possible. Now, Flygon is going to be quite weak to this, and Tyranitar doesn't have a lot of health left, so I'm hoping I can do as much damage as possible to this. Okay, so now we got the Ice Beam coming from the Articuno here. That's going to do not very much damage to me. Obviously, they don't have much to hit me at all, and are relying totally on the poison to actually take me up. So I'm on my, literally my last legs here. I'm going to get a Hidden Power Electric off against the Articuno, hoping I can take it out there. Does some good damage, but it just lives. And unfortunately, the Life Orb damage is going to be enough to take me out with the Toxic damage, and the Articuno gets off the roost here. Now, this was a battle on my Twitch, guys. As I said before, if you do want to follow me and watch my streams, that's the only place to watch my streams now. That one is in the description. Also, the VODs are there afterwards. So even if you miss the stream, you can watch the videos. They are actually on there. Okay, so swapping in my Godzilla. I'm just going to call it Godzilla. It's so much easier. I actually run Unnerve on this one because this team didn't really benefit apart from like the Flygon from Sandstorm and all. Okay, so now we got the Ice Beam here. I thought I could live that super badly with the Assault Vest, but Tyranitar is going to go down there, taking a little bit more damage from the Life Orb. The last Pokemon I've got is the Mega Flygon. The only move I can land against is Stone Mist. But can I hit the Stone Mist, people? Can I do it? It lands, yes! And it's going to take out the Articuno, and that one, my friends, is game. Thank you so much for the battle. I can't quite remember what your username was on the chat, but I'm just going to say, Bezo, thank you very much for the battle. That was very, very fun and a nice team there. Okay, let's get on to the second one. This is a battle on my Discord. Now, people, if you haven't joined the Discord, you should. We got over 3,000 people already. Come there and hang out, battle, chat, trade, shiny hunt, whatever. There's so much things for people to do. Okay, so we got a battle against Mossy Dog, 69 here. And now we got a Beartic swapping into the Hyper Beam, but it misses! Man, that would have destroyed it. Anyway, so Beartick's going to go for the Ice Punch here. It's not going to do too much because I do have the Thick Fat ability. Low-key expecting a freeze accent, but it didn't happen, and Beartick is going to go down to 1 laser beam. So that's down, so it's a pretty good start. Now, the only problem about using Hyper Beam is it's obviously you got to have that recharge, so something can come in and absolutely destroy. So we got the Victory Bell coming in here. It's going to go for the Leaf Blade, and that's going to do some solid damage to my Snorlax. There's no way I'm going to be able to recoup that damage at all, and there's probably not much point swapping Snorlax out, so I'm just going to let the Victory Bell take out my Snorlax. It got rid of Beartick, which is a pretty good threat, and I revealed half the team already, so I'm quite happy with that result. Okay, so I can see the Victory Bell's got a Life Orb too. Now I'm going to go into Jaggle, because I do have the, I've got the Focus Sash, and I've got the Speed Boost too. Okay, so now just going for the Super Fang. I decided to go for that, just to see what it would do. Hoping it would just go for the Leaf Blade and try and take me out. However, it's going to go for the Leech Life, and it's going to get all of its health back, basically taking me down to 1 health there with my Focus Sash. So this is a problem. I've actually got to take this thing out. So it's got Life Orb, it's healing itself with Leech Life, so it's quite a good offensive set. So I can go for the Destiny Bond here. I know that I'm going to outspeed it. I outsped it the first turn anyway. So going for the Destiny Bond, hoping I can, they'll take the bait and take me out there. And thankfully, again, it's going to go for the Leech Life, and Sharpedo is going to take yet another victim. Man, all the battles, like Sharpedo was taking victims every single battle in League. Okay, so that's going to go down. I buried a nice Pokemon, so I'm happy with that result too. So we got the Comfy, which you saw earlier on. I was thinking maybe that would come back in again because, it's already been revealed. What should I do? So I decided to let's go into my Tyranitar and see what they bring in. So this was the Assault Vest Tyrant. Oh, if I didn't say what the EVs were on this. This Assault Vest Tyranitar, max health, max attack. We got Payback, Stone Edge, Ice Punch, and Firefang, ability Unnerve, and items Assault Vest. Very, very solid set there. Just a good Pokemon. A Payback hitting very, very hard too. Okay, so we got the Palisade swapping out of the Tyranitar. They were low-key hoping I'd Sandstream, but that wasn't the case. Okay, so Payback's going to do Donkeys to the Comfy. I'm not very comfortable with this matchup, so I'm going to swap out and go into my Raichu. So as you guys know, or if I didn't explain it already, this was for Gorochu, and this is my bulky special defense Raichu. I've used it a couple of times. It's actually very, deceivingly good. So we got Protect, we've got Toxic, we got Wish, and Charge Beam. Max health and max special defense. Its special defense stat actually isn't all that bad. Now, Comfy, obviously, realizing that it's not going to do a lot of damage and I'm a bulky set, it's going to go into Palisand, which I hope they would. So I'm going to go for the Toxic there on the swap, and that lands on the Palisand. So what I was thinking of, I could easily go for another Protect here, start racking that Toxic damage up, and then maybe swap it out afterwards. Now, depending if it was running like a special set, I know that I could leave Earth Powers from this thing and maybe get a Wish off. Charge Beam wouldn't do anything, but I could at least get some Toxic damage right on the Palisade. So going from Protect to see what it's going to use, and it's going to use Sand Tomb. So I'm like, okay, Sand Tomb, it's a trapping set. So if you see, usually guys, if you see something like Infestation, Sand Tomb, Fire Spin, usually it's going to be associated with Toxic, right? Because that's that double damage. Sometimes it can be associated with, Will-O-Wisp too. Like, I have seen Fire Spin Will-O-Wisp sets too. Okay, so now going to Flygon, expecting that Sand Tomb. We've got the Levitate, obviously, there. And it's going to use that, and I've got the Levitate, so it's not going to do anything to me. So, nice, easy, free swap in. Now, the Palisand is racking out more Toxic damage. Now, I thought about using a Hone Claws here, but just in case it had, a weird move on it, I decided to go for the Dragon Rush, doing some damage on it. So it does kind of disappointing damage. However, it does have a berry. So I was like, okay, that's good. We've burnt up their citrus berry. I'm going to get a Toxic thrown at me from the Palisand. I actually did a Palisand sweep, I think, like a day or so ago. If you guys haven't checked that out, you should. It's very, very salty and entertaining. Now, anyway, I've got the poison on me. Now I was thinking, could I go for the Hone Claws again? Or, is it going to be enough to take it out? Or should I just go and take this thing out before it does anything like Shore Up or anything, stally damage like that? And so going for the Dragon Rush on the Palisand, and that's going to easily be enough to take it out with the poison damage. I actually get a flinch here, which is really nice. Dragon Rush's accuracy is quite poor, but it actually does have a chance to get a flinch, which is rather handy. So that's why I ran it with Hone Claws. I could get some nice stab, and I could get a chance of a flinch. So now we got the Comfy lead coming in. I was like, I was thinking, well, I can't really go into Tyranitar. I can't really stay into this one and expect to live. So let's go for Stone Edge, get some damage off, and then see if we can revenge take it up. So now it's going to go for the Dazzling Scum against my Mega Flygon, and that is going to take... What ability would Mega Flygon even have? Maybe it has, Sandstream or something like that. That'd be interesting. So it's going to take some more damage from the Life Orb. Now I'm going to go into my Suicune. Now I know Suicune can leave anything this actually throws at it, and I can just take it out with a Surf or something like that. So now it's going to have Giga Drain, right? Nice. That's a good move. This is like a very, very offensive Comfy. So Comfy going to get a lot of health back there. Just doing a little bit more damage with a Life Orb. I'm going to go for the Surf here. This is my main stab. Now, I was confident this would be, just enough to take it out. Since it was more of a sweeping set and I had a Life Orb attached, that would be enough to take out the Comfy. So that's good. We got 2 Pokemon remaining still to get through. We got the Raichu, Tyranta, and the Suicune. Okay, so out comes the Qwilfish. So like, oh, this is good. I can use Hidden Power Electric here. This is going to be perfect for this theme team as well. So going for the Hidden Power Electric against the Qwilfish. Now, Qwilfish doesn't have the greatest special defense in the world, so it does some really solid damage to it too. Okay, so taking a little bit of Life Orb damage. Qwilfish is going to go for the Poison Jab here. Since I've got such gigantic defenses, I'm actually able to live that one. I think this Qwilfish had most of its bulk in health and, I'd say, defense, or just spread all over it. Okay, so going for the Hidden Power Electric, that's going to take out the Qwilfish there. So they've got 1 more Pokemon left, and I was in a pretty good position. I live on like 1 health there. Merch available, people. Now, also, I want to have a couple of shout-outs to people who've bought the Salt merch, the Salt mug, the t-shirts. Thank you so much, people. Thank you for all the support there. And we are low-key going to release something before Christmas, so I hope you're ready for that one. It may or may not have something to do with the Magikarp. So anyway, I'm going to get that X-Splouted there, and that's my Suicune gone. And I'm going to bring in my Raichu. Now, this is the bulky special defense Raichu. Now, I was thinking, if this does have choice specs, there's not much I can do against it. Even with like running a bulky set, I'm going to get destroyed. So I thought the best course of action there would not be to go for Charge Beam and miss, but to get a Toxic off against it. So going to get hit by the Boom Burst there, and my Raichu is going to go Boom. Now, my last Pokemon is the Tyranta, which has an Assault Vest equipped, and it's very, very bulky. Plus, Boom Burst, its stab is not very effective. So, swapping in the Tyranta, I can go for the Payback here. That's the best move I can throw at it. And I was very confident I could leave basically anything it threw me. So it's going to go for the Boom Burst. I'd say it was like, that was his best move they could do, or was locked into it. And now I'm going to go for the Payback against the X-Bat. I say it would have been like choice specs, and that is going to be way too much for X-Bat to leave. And that is the game. Hope you guys enjoyed both these battles. Make sure you stick around for the battles at the end, and I'll catch you on the Twitch stream. Peace.